here. So I do want to see if Big are able to capitalize on that and make it something to read into. Already Casper in the right place to receive this hit coming in, and you can see set into motion instantly. Obnox has a little bit of a look, doesn't overstay his welcome, actually falls back a little off this.
Away though, wall will go up. Obnox himself into rafter. Damage traded off just yet now, just a little poke on either side. Keep your eyes on the minimap here, because Sender,
yeah,
I was going to say, he's making his way up to try and backstab into ropes, and Aslan will punish it.
Yeah, that's pretty imperative impact, because you can see the Vitality were holding the ramp control, maybe off the back of hoping they'd get that little bit of impact coming in through middle, maybe finding that pick on towards Aslan, but not going to happen. And then they're pinned in here. Now that's a good breakthrough moment though. Casper going down now means at least they've got some passage through towards the site, but instantly Goldbee's going to try and put himself in position. That's one. The follow-up would be ideal. It is. He's going to get two here, so Vitality, depending on Brams, to get him out of a tricky spot. And he's actually done well enough to at least put them into a 2v1, but the HP is low, and sadly he's stuck in the corner. This is a tricky way to cross out. Not going to happen.
Find some value. It's doable, but still definitely more comfortable for Big. Aslan curious in mid here. That's a lot of info. I think at least 4 noted on the back of that.
Yeah, and it looks like Vitality still just want to try and pressure this, keep pressing towards mid, take what control they can. And now I'm looking at Big to, do they overstep? Do they overextend? Do they get caught out by any of these pistols? There are sheriffs, so it's not without a little bit of danger. Already Aslan's going to find one. That's going to be Brams now removed. That was, again, the extremity being really identified quickly as potentially a stress point. And Vitality really tucked in towards Male Sender, going to receive a bit of a tag and just fed in towards Obnox, who can now slip away again. And this is the push and pull. Big on overstepping, and Vitality aren't quite able to really get much done yet.
It's contingencies for Big. Again, noted 3, potentially 4 on that peak in mid at the start of the round. What happens even on the heavier side of the stack from Big, they lean a little deeper towards site, then regress towards B main. Don't really give away, they don't risk anything in this round, VALORANT. Pays off for them. Yeah, and Twistin will find another. And it does actually trade it back out, but actually will find a kill, so that will open up B site, but still lots to deal with here. B will respond, cannon out. Last man standing, 45 HP. Don't expect Big to throw away any more weapons here in this scenario.
Should be shut down. There it is. So it doesn't complement it well enough. Do we see that aggression coming out? Maybe a little bit more favorable towards him in that regard. But early on, Big going walkabouts here. This could be the one to keep your eyes on as Brams to be very much put to notice. He's got support on the way, but it's slow support. It's slow progress, and that's a quick kill. The follow-up as well. Brams, huge impact. And that's opened up the A site and a quick rotation to boot.
A little bit overzealous in terms of, I guess, trying to find a first blood here. Brams tucked in so deep. And not too much progress here. You see Vitality considering this rotation once again. Trade comes through on site, and the spike's still tucked in towards A main. I think enough information for Vitality to hit this rotate here.
It's good info too. Sender can just post up if he wants to, just try and see what he can find here, lock them in towards the site essentially. Audio cues are plenty. Smoke now dissipates, and he's going to be able to note at least 1, now 2. He sees the gun getting switched out. It shut down Sender.
Let's see. Brams with his ultimate Sender 1 away, so don't expect too much. Fairly vanilla round here. Casper spamming through. Not any tags here, but Sender already closing the distance. Obnox punished on the back of that. Well, Theft will confirm the setup as well, but actually the spike making his way through mid here, Lauren. Yeah, they will go through ropes, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. They were able to deny any vision away from Mailroom, and now got B. He's in so much danger. Look around that corner. But Aslan by his side tries to make a leap for it. Trade comes out. Gobi gets 1, gets 2, but now look at the HP. 13 is all he's got to work with. Needs to try and... He's going for... What? Gobi, who is this man? Known to be the brain and not the brawn, but right now he's brought this back to a 2v2. Spike now going down. A little bit of time bought as well to allow Twistin to get towards maybe a more viable position. Both locked towards Pillar. Twistin going to clear that close corner. No one's there. He's actually going to slip towards the site. This is big moves. Twistin buys his time, maybe waiting to allow Godby to be the trade. Kada, massive information. Just that shoulder peek. And now Twistin, again, moving in. First peek found, and now it's viable. It's possible, but the HP difference is tremendous. Oh, it got me! Out of nowhere, leading by example.
That's such a crazy round. I was questioning the use of the Rolling Thunder, but it bought just enough time and put back on nothing after this purchase. And ultimates-wise, Neural Theft invested. Yes, actually tried to close the distance ramp initially, but no follow-up. And things will slow down, at least in the other round. The wall dealt with pretty quickly as well, so Vitality want to make use of time here. And they achieve nothing on the way in, and it's Big able to just slow them down with utility. Aslan's post. Oh my god, Sen didn't even spot him there. Oh, he did there, that was the dash.
This is a much different pace to this round. Early exchanges, the wall being put up, that mid, a little bit of presence by Aslan, constantly buying time. Sender has slipped the net. And as is Brams, the timing's unreal here. Aslan might be a little flustered by this one. Two of them very close by. And that's going to be at least a pixel now noted. Has to... Well, he was considering falling away, but tries to reaggress. That could have been everything, but Brams holds it down, gets the pick. And now you can see where the spike was intending to go. Left. So at this point, do they dare hit that rotation into the unknown, or do they try and steal pressure towards that A site?
Yeah, I was going to say, the weapons could be a concern here. Casper down on a Spectre. We'll get punished at distance there. Vac. Play it again, just to still consider one player tucked into backside. Rams actually will hear Twistin fall away here, but got to be unnoted just yet, but it doesn't matter. Rams will find a 46 HP. Knows exactly where Twistin repositioned to. And actually, the slower pace of this round suiting Vitality here. Trying the punish here for a flawless.
Wire destroyed.
Twistin dancing with death here. Already closing the distance, so too much for him to do.
We're on the other side of that, so already a little bit more of a passive approach. Just going to play to get the orb. Going to be retrieved. Big. You actually going to back away from this.
It's weird why Aslan's even there if the plan is to wall and get the orb, I guess. Just to make absolutely sure in case anybody swings over or cracks through that. You hear the blade storm get popped in the distance.
Well, there's the danger man removed. That's Aslan gone. Oh, wants to get the timing right, but he's been very much seen. And there's the swing. Brams, lovely work. Keeping it clean here. All these little corners, all these little angles that Big wants to try and utilize are just being checked on. Again, it looks like they want to finish towards that A site. Knocks out does Sender with a rifle. Feels pretty bad. But the timing now, can he even get the rifle hand? No. So Cat a quick punish on that. Going to police the weapon at least for now. Keep that away from enemy hands. And the site should be theirs for the taking.
Twistin and God B still drifting through mid here.
30 seconds.
Try and make their way through sewers, but
Spike planted.
don't expect anybody to give away weapons on the side of Vitality. Bram's actually playing back behind the entrance. Should find both of these. Doesn't actually spot him on the first on the way up. Actually looks away. Twistin might find this. It's not pretty, but he finds it. Get the rifle. No, drop a weapon out for Aslan and play a classic. Or Sheriff now.
Aggression again. They're consistently trying to get this kind of deeper A push coming out. Now, again, they've not overcommitted this time because there's a lot of attention being drawn towards that B side. Early utility, a lot of spam being shown. But again, the spike isn't committed. It's kind of being ferried away, being kept safely under guard. Might try and look back towards this A site potentially. Again, this looks like Vitality have a bit of a read that they like to run. I wonder if Aslan's going to be able to adjust accordingly this time because they've been losing on several fronts, right? That mid push up, they've been finally winning out for Vitality, and Aslan, desperate for it, maybe a little too much. Hungry to try and punish, but sticking around again.
Little setup there with the flash. As you try and pull a rotation towards B, and I think with Brams in position, might do just that, but Sender on the other side of things will find Aslan. Should open up A site a little bit for them.
You can see the issue becoming, as much as yes, Gobby did donate that weapon earlier, he was only down to a Sheriff. Going to quickly get the rifle back up. Now needs to weather the storm, pinned towards the backside of Pillar. But he is buying time and buying time well. Can at least hinder the hit for now. 30 seconds, supports on the way. Obnox, no man's land. It's just the rifle in his hand and he gets swung on by Shadow. 20 seconds now. Can Godby do it again? Surely not. Not again. Godby, what? 3 huge kills. Godby right now is keeping this team together. And Casper, sadly, does only have the shotgun to play with, so the judge isn't really one to be looking at, and maybe not even much of an upgrade here. Tricky to play back in. No way to facilitate the cross. It's really hoping to catch one and maybe spiral off the back. I think he knows this is not really happening. I
think as well, Vac almost has that out of jail free card with the showstopper as well, so Brams can go explore, and you can see that up towards screens now. Casper and at range, whether or not he's even going to be able to find one of these kills. Looks like Brams might even swing on him, and he does.
Trying to keep, from maybe an over-rotation coming out from Big, but Big haven't really found the answer yet to that middle piece or this push-up that they've been consistently doing. That's different though. Aslan, Op coming out, finding Sender, and now going to fall away. So for once, they've won that fight on the extremity cleanly, and now with Obnox playing towards middle, maybe you can buy a bit more time for them here.
And the interesting thing is, what Vitality have tried to do a number of times now is find a kill elsewhere and drift back towards A, right? So the fact that Sender falls so early in this round means that Big they can almost over-rotate in this scenario. Comfortably. There's no real risk here. Because I think Vitality are forced to now explore towards B Heaven, which Aslan's going to be tucked up. Misses the shot on Brams, though. Like I said, I feel like Big have a decent read up until the point I now see Aslan rotating.
This worries me if they confirm it as well. Let's say Brams sells a real nice look here. It looks like a switch out. I'm waiting to see if Bob does decide to hit that full rotation. It looks like he's going to try and fill the void. So, okay, so it wasn't too much of a problem. Let's see if they can control it now. Back en route, going to at least step towards the side, but there's all that utility. It's just a mountain's worth in his way. You're going to have to post that eventually, and there's the push through on the smoke. Casper appears out of nowhere, but it's Shadow unrelenting. He's not going to fall away from this, and Brams still lurking towards middle. Finds the impact eventually after lingering towards vents, towards those ropes, as Brams and Shadow still looking to do some work here. Godby high flash goes in, does nothing to dissuade this.
Really comfortable setup here. Actually, one playing in front of the wall. Brams just looking for something. Able to tuck away just as that smoke drops, though. Now, pressure's on. And Godby have to make something happen here. Bolt line available, so maybe just waiting for that here. You're going to stun default.
Yep. And again, doesn't get anything out of it. Time beginning to dwindle. He's got to make his move. Brams just going to be sitting pretty, playing the time to perfection. Aslan's found Shadow, and Godby actually gets Brams. Incredibly surprising that kind of nice little crossfire didn't really work out. Quite close to the defuse, but it does go across the
bolt line to further slow things down.
What? Let's go through. Where did that
way.
shot just go? Was that between the legs?
It was legs. 100% it went through his legs.
Absolutely nutmegged. And not in the right way. So now, Obnox on the pure Ferrari peak. Fair enough. And it's a 4v4. This is a weird round to start with already. Casper's going to try and fill the gap. Going to post himself up with that judge. Let's see if he's good for one.
Uh-oh.
He's got support. Yeah, that's good for one, but it's Obnox. Oh dear, it's getting messy. This is a weird round. It's a 1v1.
That's a couple of times now. Obnox has just seemed not like Obnox from map 1 and 2.
Yes.
Whether or not we see that as a... I mean, I said the Sage wasn't the problem previously, but there's been a couple of times now where he's not looked himself, that's for sure.
Yeah, maybe just a little less comfort. One out of place, and Shadow's been pretty solid here, keep in mind. And actually, yeah, just... And back to a little bit of a previous look here, knowing that the weaponry will be lighter for Big. Early lean towards A will going in instantly and being broken instantly, but Obnox seems to always get one away from this, but it looks like he's already going to be forced back quite early on.
Obviously, we'll stick a couple more bodies behind this A main setup this round. Oh, Aslan. Way more than you were bargaining for behind that.
What's going on?
So much intensity.
What's going on?
He's going to find one with the aftershock. How did Big just come out on top of that engagement?
I don't know, and Canada just holds down mouse one as the flash comes through, sees another towards round, but they're starting to sweat over here towards A. They do have that mid lurk coming in, but that's been read as well. That's been considered. Twiston is already looking this way. I don't know if he's going to catch it. But timing's everything. Vac gonna be trying to get the timing right, and he does. Disastrous for Twisted, as now everything gonna start looking a little bit weaker on the push up. Vac doesn't check below, but it's gonna be already Kata gonna clear it. Sight's looking well under control, and honestly, credit to Vitality, because that looked so dicey for so much. Oh.
Spike planted.
Oh.
Playing with their food, right? If Casper gets a kill, I'm going to be pretty upset about it, to be honest, but it's like Kata thinks better of it. Yeah, well, good luck now. Not able to get that off in any scenario just yet.
Waiting with bated breath after that previous round. Flash in for info for Casper, finds nothing on the other side, but again, Vitality sitting relatively deep. Readdressing middle here after leaning towards that B main for a second. Brams has been such a thorn in their side consistently, but I wonder if he's going to get away with it again. Casper cleared this earlier, but obviously been a moment or two where he hasn't had vision, so there's always a chance at it. Aslan. This is where things get horrible for him. He knows he's in so much danger. Wait, Aslan got that?
You got a kill onto Kata.
He got a kill onto Kata when? When and how? And now Casper tucks in on the site, finds Vac as he leaps across. Sender and Shadow now going to invest the ult into this, try and get any sort of information they can because they now know they're in danger. It's a 2v3 on the site, 2 towards CT. Holt comes out on the other side, and
we're going to see them try and play around that. Again, no real setup in the early round at least, and with Obnox playing towards A site. There's really any intention to make use of that res first blood attempt or anything like that.
And Sender getting a good start into this round, building up towards ramp, can at least get himself postured up here, but this time you're going to have 3 players building towards middle. We've seen a couple of rounds of this look now, and it's been actually a bit of a problem for Big to try and hold up towards heaven.
Backstab.
Mail
No
room,
way.
and you're right, Twiston just getting around the back lines. The call had been made. Now Obnox has to be aware there's that pinch. Oh, the timing!
Oh my
He
god.
falls down, and Kata just dismembers him on the way. And now 4v4. They've seen a fair amount of the play, but this has been, once again, one of those rounds that they probably won't want to remember. Casper with a different hold this time, a little bit deeper towards the edge of rafters. Swing on one, beautiful adjustment. It's actually Aslan to claim it towards Brams, and he's pretty safe here for now. No one hitting that lurk on him, 2 of them there. They can play the time here, allow support to come over, but Casper wants it himself. This could tie it all up. Vac can be put in a very...
The same impact he did previously. This is heavily in favor of Big.
Yeah. Let's see what this attack looks like. Creep up middle. Jump shoulder peek over towards 8. You can see the set piece intended over towards that B site off the back of potentially contact or an audio cue. But already, Big slipping up middle is just going to completely circumnavigate around it. And
Very slow approach,
yeah,
actually.
They should dismantle that hold now, considering they know that there's at least some presence towards heaven. Casper now needs to keep control towards B main. He can't do it. Send it out does him, so that opens up the map. This is, if anything, should force Big's hand, because now they're in a bit of a problem.
Look at the timing, though. Shadow drifts away as they push through B main.
I don't think it's necessarily... I guess they're still paranoid about them slipping through towards, deep CT, but you're going to be in a retake scenario now, right? You can't do anything about that. You might as well try and play it as a collective, and Big having to retake main as well. This is so topsy-turvy. Now, 25 seconds. Spike going to go down. Obnox gets instantly challenged. He thought that wall was going to keep him safe. Not the case at all. 2 big picks from Vitality in such tricky positions to clear. Nade comes in as well. Aslan could be in danger, and he is. And that's going to be just pretty much sewn up. Vitality instantly taking back space that just wasn't meant to be theirs and just wrapping back towards the site.
I wonder who the hell is actually attacking in that round.
Mate. You wouldn't have been able to work it out. You turn the colours off, you'd have no idea. Now, again, hard to walk away with maybe full fact information. It was kind of just a really nice mid-round call, I feel, from Vitality to late round. That was a beautiful adaptation. Now into this, though, once again, putting out the feelers big, just trying to work up, see if they can keep getting this mid-presence, something that they can maybe build into the rifle rounds. However, for Vitality, it's farming time. That gonna get 2, control that middle push-up. Elrum's his. And Casper, Twisted, and God B not finding any avenues for now to get into this game.
That was a swing and a miss to just try and find something here. Kada actually going to drift into mid. Vac there to back him up.
Spike down mid.
Casper, the last man standing. He can get the consolation.
Oh, this run up, all that build up from Vitality would have been for nothing. That would be a devastating blow. So, go back in and already Aslan,
Beautiful.
quick as lightning, but supplemented and supported by the utility set into place for him. That was all teed up
So
for that
precise.
moment.
The fault line and the gravity well there. Perfect. A flash through. Shadow has to tuck himself inside this smoke here. Nope. Real progress towards sight just yet. Big want to slow things down now with a man advantage, but Vac and Kada go drifting elsewhere, and they'll find Casper again deep in that lurk.
Yeah, and this is going to prove problems for Big now. They actually need to really rework towards the side bit. Deeper look towards CT. You can see Shadow now has to respect that. Even just a touch, pull the way towards Pillar. Doesn't want to die towards CT. That would open up way too many opportunities. And Big, once again, this is very topsy-turvy. Look at the way this round's playing out. You've got 2 players on the side for Vitality. Shadow being one playing the timing well. Here's the audio cue and looks to swing on it. Finds nothing. Bit of information, sure, but no frag off the back. And look at the utility just flooded the site again. God B and Twist and finding critical kills when it matters. You know, gap gets closed. You start feeling a bit panicked about it. But for now, we go back in. We look to see what's in front of us. A 3-play down middle. Vitality not looking phased at all by the scoreline. Instantly pushing down middle, and obviously the traditional response from Big or any team would be to try and take space back quickly. However, as inviting as it may seem, you don't have the full information on what's behind that one smoke in front of you.
Actually, straight away, look at this. Decide not to dig any further towards mid, but again, they walk it as 3 now for the second time this round. Big still huddled together outside B main, the only exception being Twiston. Hasn't really been given any information on the other side of things either, so Big almost have to readdress this round now as new with 50 seconds remaining. Besides wide open, Vitality are preemptively rotating away from this.
Well, I think one, because they didn't hear an instant hit towards B as a response, and there hasn't been any big pressure back towards middle. I think once if they get contact on Twiston, they'll probably know what's up. Oh no, the timing could... the damage done from Twiston is already perfect. He can fall away from this, and he's just now a problem. He's a thorn in their side. Spike is now down, they have to try and clear sewer. They're going to speed up to try and get away from him. Just ignore that factor completely. He can now go lurking somewhere else, because Aslan's already pushed down towards CT. They have presence across the map here. This is scary times. And again, that gap closer is going to be coming in. Twiston is on the way. He's pushing through CT. He's around behind them. This is going to be a moment away, and now this is where everything's going to become so scary. And there's the trade out. Already, we're down to just 3 remaining. Look at the HP. Bram's 18, Cadaver 10, Vac 6 HP, and there's Twister makes his appearance again. And this is all falling to pieces. Vitality. They looked like they had such intention, such focus in mind, a plan to pull through from that mid play, but it all fell to pieces with Big just sitting back and being patient, playing their own game, not falling into the trap.
On to B side, right? So it's almost confirmation. Oh, well, get clapped.
What did you say?
Get clapped. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely bang on. Good work.
Look how deep they're sitting for that, though, as well. Like,
Don't try and pull it back in after get clapped. It's beautiful. I'm proud of you. At this point, you're right. They were sitting incredibly deep, so seemingly aware of it, but there's still a bit of a threat here, I guess. If Bram's able to get another, I'd be kind of in on this, but Shadow being unchecked might be good for one. Ooh, not good for one.
yeah, not so much.
Not so much. Can you set up Sender, though? There's a second layer to this? No. Okay, the hopium is clouding my vision right now.
Kada's going to invest it here. Yeah, popped immediately. Again, Rolling Thunder, Showstopper, Neural Theft available. Bram's the only one missing piece from the puzzle, really. Definitely feel like Big are in the driving seat, though. Last couple of rounds have definitely suited them better.
Here.
I feel like, again, Vitality are on the verge of things going right. A little bit of timing towards middle here and there. Sender got back away from this. Twisted. Twisted just going. It's like, well then, I'm off. Just gonna dip away from this for a second, but you're gonna be in such a weird position. Obnox tries to get around. But what is this round? It feels so weird because look at Twiston's positioning. They have no idea he could be here, even though he was the player that got contact on. Surprise! Kata goes down, and now this is where you start sweating bullets because it was never meant to be this way. I'm just going to try and safely cross through towards site. Utilities there. And passage is made. Spike to be planted, and it is a 3v3.
Yeah, Vac does have that showstopper on the way back in. No satchels, though. You have to run this one down.
Oh.
Slowed down by the fault line once again from God B. Will he post it? Just hope for the best. He does indeed. He finds the kill. He finds a second as well.
Come on, Vac. Give it everything you got, but now it's down to Casper. Not going to get it. Bram's by his side, but it was Vac to instigate that retake, and it looked to perfection. Clear in that little cubby, the little corner, instantly.
To be honest,
Sender's worrying me a little bit. I'm worried if he's going to be the one going to be suffering down the line if his money really begins to dwindle and utility becomes a problem after this.
That's
now
why
it should be...
I was going to say, that's why it's always interesting to talk about when these rounds trade back and forth. It's kind of more worrying for Vitality because if they lose this round, then they're back down on nothing. And then you think about the Blade Storm and the Showstopper being invested in the purchase. It makes it really, really concerning, Lauren. And the Rolling Thunder as well. Sorry, Shadow in that previous
Shadow's
round.
one, yeah. It's pulling my attention, but it could all be for nothing, right? This could all be fine. Your Kata can do. Oh, they lined up a little. There's just a little bit of a line up there.
There's a moment.
A little bit of a line up there. Aslan does win that fight, so Casper getting ready for the push out for the trade. Actually loses the fight, but he read the play correctly. But Brams outdoes him, and Brams has been pretty instrumental in getting a couple of these integral picks coming back in. As Vac waits. Actually sticks around and does double down. So finds 2 out of this one, and we are down to just 2. Obnox and Aslan, and where are they? Both dedicated to working their way down. One drops towards hell.
Don't swing left.
Oh dear, Brams, the timing could not be better. It's
Nothing else really available for Big behind this round. And this will be Vitality on 11, so got to look for Aslan to find something with the Blade Storm. And Rez is available, but we didn't see it in the first half. We'll see it in the second here. Had it posted pretty deep as well, so Vitality can lean away from B if they choose to. Progress Twiston's made, though. He's already up ramp. Gonna clear out ropes as well. This might even be backstab onto B Heaven here. A little myth from Kada.
Lucky to be alive, honestly, at this point. And Kata's still finding value. Great reposition, a little bit deeper towards CT, but leaning towards site. Twiston's position, as deep as he got, it's still being considered by Brams, who's been pretty much good on this. The walkthrough, though, Farrell gives away the game, and now the crunch comes in. But Kata's doing great. Still standing, takes down Obnox 3 in play for Big. Much more can you do, Vac? Still alive.
Not sure how.
I tell you.
Not sure how.
No, don't want to. Maybe not.
I'll be very, very conscious of context and say yes, absolutely.
That's what I like to hear, my juicer. Right, now 9 to 11. These rounds just feel so scrappy. And I just don't think that plays to Big at all. Vitality are thriving in this mayhem, and you're seeing it time and time again. A couple of missed pieces of utility, a couple of moments here and there, but this time Twiston has broken in. Taking down Cat is a big first step. It's going to pull all these rotations. Do they hit the brakes? Do they try and re-explore? Casper has a chance to just look towards B and go, there's nobody. Now, there is someone trying to do this back to them, right, through sewers. They can now clear this. It's a race back towards B. What impact can Casper have down towards CT? Can he at least catch the player? Does he want to go for that? Or is that too risky? There's the ult. What? Oh, this game, my What is going on?
Did that 142, Aslan?
Taking that back. Spike planted.
There's no way. Play the lottery. Seriously. That's actually insane.
Get a ticket. Oh, dear.
Support.riotgames.com.
You know it's been an absolute baffler when even Zilv's messaged me. The man's observing the round and even he's confused. That's why we're on Brams' POV now. Also, shout out to the observer, Zilv. You gotta Gotta love your observers. 10 rounds gonna be on the board, Mike. How you feeling?
Not good. I'm going to be honest.
Not good.
Not good at all. I just want to come back to that. There's so many rounds where you can weapon. It's costing Vitality a lot.
Oh, Kada, can you get out of there? Yeah, he's alive.
Miss.
It's a bad miss, but he's still alive. Oh, Brams isn't though.
Oh,
Just stuck in it. I feel like Mike's about to have a meltdown.
I feel like Big feel like they're on map 5. They're just like, guys, let's just try push mid.
Just go.
Like, just try it, see what happens. Obnox has still got his res a week later. It's turned so, all the positives from map 1 and 2.
I know.
Really highlighted here in Split. Oh, he's got his res out here before we push.
Alright, just slow walk it, it'll be fine. Right, here we go. Flash goes in, site take commences. Aslan going to be at the tip of this. Shadows has been generally good for 1, and he might be good for more. The smoke does actually only get 1 from this for now, but his support's there. Katter and back, not too far off, leaving Casper and Godbeat to try and face the music now. What do they do with the position they have? I mean, do they get a clean fight on this? Yes, that's 1! Casper! Huge play! Finding center up in towards heaven, and now Katter, he knows it. He's stuck. He's in such a dire predicament, and Casper's watching this. Not good.
It's no bueno. No bueno.
Yeah, absolute, just pocket link.
Dios mío.
You've been practicing your other languages? You going off to some other league? Is this it? Fair enough. That's how I found out.
No comments.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kakuka's going to pull me up on that.
Yeah, she is. I really hope she does. Pronunciation, just everything.
Oh, Twisted found 2.
Yeah, I mean,
A
at this
side's
point,
wide open. Yep.
they found the rifle instantly. It pushed out, they were ready for it. We saw that in the past. I mean, Big, if you're ever going to question Big on like a default, they're going to be fine. If you're ever going to worry about their patience, they will be there till the last 15 seconds. They are not in a hurry. Twiston's in CT.
Out of 5.
So this round is sewn the hell up. Vac, oh, you're really hopeful, aren't you? Oh, maybe one will just walk heaven. No. All right, off we go.
Spike
Judge to
planted.
hand. Big 5 standing. All
There's
goes
a
in.
wall. Yeah, good.
Oh, that's not bad.
Work with it. Blade Storm.
Get out of my way!
Res.
That's a
Not
res.
in sight.
Okay, 12 to 11. Big on the verge of, honestly, surprising a fair few of us, and we have to wait and see if they can get across the finish line. Vitality looking a shadow of their former selves, not quite performing as expected here, but if anything, because Big are pushing them in ways they didn't expect. Now, mid control, I guess we count this as garnered. This far, at least. Anything further, we have to wait and see if they can actually do much with this.
I think Vitality have given this up, trying to adjust accordingly now, sending an extra body towards A. And no pressure at least felt on the other side of the map. Sender just tucked himself into back sight on B. Big desperate for a little bit of an overstep on the side of Vitality, I guess, here. And now with Twist and posted, they will freeze. 2-1-2 setup. Looks like might be God B and Aslan to try and sell something.
Why'd you
B
find it?
site here. The Cosmic Divide goes up.
Ooh. And the pinch begins. Keep your eyes on the player working through towards those
30
ropes as well.
seconds
That's kind of the indicator that that's about to start. Now, Big need to really sell this, and that's a good way to do it. Just put your life on the line. That'll do. Now, the reveal's going to come out, though, and Cat is still in position. Vitality are not done just yet. Maybe the reverse sweep, maybe the OT. It could all come through. Twister, though, big pickup. Does find Cat a time, though. 12 seconds and spikes in no man's land. This is
10
what we want to
seconds
be
left.
seeing here, Hypoc.
Not really, no.
Player standing.
Vac's going to trade that back out. God be the last man standing. No time left. And
Like,
he's looked
I've-
sharp on the rifle today.
I'm a little surprised he's opted for that, but let's see what Aslan can do. Flash does nothing. That's a swing and a miss there. Aslan going to claim that comfortably. And he hasn't necessarily had a lot of success down middle. He's shown a lot of presence, but seeing that pick come in now, and that's a nice little start for Big. That's going to be a good confidence booster coming to this round, and we're already going to lose out on having Kada hit. And yeah,
Okay. Yep.
Well-
Count to 3.
well, it's not looking great, is it?
Rams find anything towards B here. Again, in this scenario, yes, you can leave him on the Astra in this very deep lurk. In terms of it's facing off versus Aslan, that's not what you expect here at all. Casper desperate to try and bait God B in, but
It's tricky to catch
bite.
God
Actually,
B.
will be rewarded.
Yeah, it's Casper to get caught off here. Tricky to get God B to fall into a
Yeah.
unfavorable scenario, but he gets the the younger gun to do it. So at this point, God B still needs to be very much on his toes. Yes, they've only seen Brams, but that could be an indicator for more to come. Now, Aslan going
30
to
seconds left.
explore a little towards Melrham, which is where we know that Shadow's residing. Climbing on this Aslan.
Oh my
There's two
God.
players walking up. God B is tucked in safely from this, I think. This should be enough to now let him know, oh no, I've made a mistake. I turned away at the wrong time, and now God B is on an island. 10 seconds. Can he do anything about it? He gets one. He needs to find potentially another at this point. Cavalry's on the way. God B! When they need him, he finds...
Big strike first. Kada to get something going here. Will actually find Aslan this time. But he gets slowed down. He gets body blocked.
Oh dear,
Oh, they
this is
didn't know that he
messy.
was stuck.
They had no idea. I guess you respect the utility, right? But again, that could have been an instantaneous trade. It wasn't. So Vitality get a little bit of a freebie with that one. You'll take it every day of the week as well, though. Need, as the UI seems to know more than I do. God B does go down. And Twiston looking for a way back in, but you can see Sender's position is really solid. Still going to get a trade out, but again, this is messy. Even just Twiston alive. I feel as though this one
B.
seems to be wrapped up unless Vitality make a couple of mistakes here.
Twiston should have been noted crossing back over there. Back will send the boombot in. Plenty of time, but with Brams pushing this deep in mid, yeah, you see right there. As soon as we switch over, you can hear these, picked up these audio cues. Unlucky for Twiston. Imminent death here. Set up accordingly. You see already Kada now waiting
30
just
seconds
inside
left.
ropes. The
Jesus.
tides.
I wish. This is the reverse sweep. I mean, you called it. It's where it happens, where
There's
it begins.
no evidence of that happening.
This is when, someone makes that montage. It's just us going, ha ha ha, there's no way it could ever... Do, 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 do,
There.
do, do, do.
Yep.
You know, that one. Yep.
Oh my.
But
Bomb buddy out.
I just hope Vitality, if they do it in some some good fashion. I want to see good Valorant here. That's what we're up for.
You see Vitality a lot more cautious here about mid. They need to note out where Aslan's posted with that operator, and actually, fair play to Big, adjusting here, putting him on A side, which didn't see too much of in regulation. Gonna give it away by spamming into this cage just yet. Avoids that spy cam. A very, very split push for map control here. Sorry, Vitality. We're not trying to again try and pull out a rotation. Setup.
I'm
Seemingly,
worried they're leaving
they
this
can
too
greet
late.
both sides of this. Exactly. Yeah.
This is 25 seconds, and that's not even the hit time, right? They've not pulled enough yet. Big is still sitting relatively deep on this. Now, yes, they've given up a fair amount of space. It's going to be this A hit.
Cage triggered.
They've got 15 seconds. They better not make a mistake. And here it comes. Already Aslan going to punish Brams on the cross. Looks towards CT. No one's there. It's all towards the side. Twiston has to be on red alert. Here's the steps. Now he's got to note there's players nearby. Should catch Kada, but makes a meal of it. Now, luckily for him, Aslan's had his back here, so he's found Vac. So again, a favorable enough shot comes out, but Kada on the absolute Ferrari peek towards Aslan. And it looks like the UI's given up altogether. As Obnox isolates Sender, looks towards the site, tags towards Shadow. Shadow and Kada.
Both
What
low
can you do with
HP.
this one? Yeah, exactly. You can see it won't take much, but again, the pincer movements coming in. Finally, they're starting to clear the side. It's going to be Kada looking towards God B. God B wins it, and now it's on Shadow. A 1v3. He can't get it out. And at this point, Casper's got him done. Diffuse comes in. I think that was too late.
But I think with how sharp he's looked, leave it to Kada.
We go back in. Vitality on the defending side here in OT. On the attack would be
Camera
big.
taken out.
God B is basically in spawn, but it is set to try and maybe deal with this double push. Look at this pressure coming down from ramp. Is Aslan away? Sees the pixel. They're now in danger. Twiston's pushed into this? Twiston, that's dangerous,
Yeah,
and maybe
that's
playing a little
bold.
too dangerous. Going in blind like that. I don't know if I like that at all.
No, I think a little overzealous to try and find that kill. Again, they spot one player. I think it looks like he's hard clearing right as he comes down ramp, so maybe that's why, but... Right out here, and look at it. The spike cam, the utility in
Sender.
unison.
Spike down mid. Where is everyone?
That's lovely work, Obnox. This is going to have to be
Pretty special.
heroic levels. Oh, it's not looking likely either with Shadow here. Yeah, this is... Oh, he did get Brams, but again, we moved forward.
Ultimately, at that point, I mean, in an overtime round, a man advantage is almost a death sentence.
Here.
And again, posted up in mail.
Bomb buddy out. No charges left.
And force him off again. Lots invested.
There.
The operator's still not noted as of yet. It's pretty cool seeing some of these protocols in place from Big, though, is just on the back of some of these sound cues. When things happen for them on their defensive rounds.
That's a right place, right time with the op, at least. If they continue this way, Zobnox has to be prepared for Vac being a nuisance here, but Aslan, see what he can do, because he's not necessarily alone, but he's going to have to deal with a lot of pressure coming around that corner.
Here.
The other side, here comes that pressure here. Hasn't yet to make a step, really. Keeps composed, keeps patience, and it doesn't pay off. Kata, just quicker. And the sight's theirs. There wasn't anyone
30
super
seconds
close
left.
by. It was Casper, I think, who was the nearest by to this, but
Spike down.
God, B still trying to do some damage up
I
from
got
heaven,
the
and at this point, we're down to a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Obnox will find one, though. Kata falls. Just one left to find. Back now tries to spam through, but the double swing.
Converting as well. Here we go again. See what maybe Big has in store for us on their attacking side. Vitality.
Concealment.
Nothing too much to write home about in my mind here. Early look as though, and a great deal of utility shown towards this B piece. No commitment to the actual site though.
And looking at Vitality through in a mix. Really paint shell the boombot now. Shadow still with full util, as you can see here. And a couple of tools to slow things down. That actually just swings
Shot.
out.
Oh, Vac! Getting a second as
down,
well.
B.
Getting God B down is incredible work. Now, yes, Ops is still alive, and Vac actually gets caught with an aid in hand, and suddenly there's an opportunity. Kata and
Ow.
Sender, where are you now? This is where they need you. We've seen Kata having some impact and Sender going huge in the past, and they need a bit of it again. They have to face off against Aslan, Casper, and Obnox. Slow progress.
Res available in the post plant as well, and I might be joking a little bit on it, but the big tool. You see Obnox actually looking to swing back towards mid to try and get one of those reses, Lauren. This could be huge for Big.
Really could be. Timing's a factor. Tap on the spike. Sender
Here.
trying to draw out the first potential victim.
You
Kata
will not
spots one on the
kill
cross. There's
my
that res coming in now. They know where these players are. Aslan found Sender. It's all on Kata, and it's not going to work out. Big get across the finish
Attackers
line.